Hello everybody! Welcome to I Love Sketchup, issue 93. 94, sorry. 94! Oh my gosh, I can't take that one away from me. I've been doing this for a while. Well, a while. Some people in their thousands, but I mean, I do one a week, so 94 is pretty high up there for me. Actually, everyone is going to be high up there for me. Always reaching those sweet new heights. So, welcome to I Love SketchUp, and today I'll just wait for the lobby to fill up a bit. It's 12 o'clock. If you have any requests or anything that you'd love to see me draw today, please write it down in the comments section. Robert says, hey. Hey, Robert. I've actually already started working a bit on my pose. I wanted something a little more dynamic. Kind of like last week, I had done my pose before actually doing the live stream. I think this would be cute. You've got different parts coming out at you, which is nice. Now I just need to think of a sweet character to turn this into. And it'd be nice to have multiple characters. It will always be multiple characters. Even if someone only comes up with one, I'm going to think of another one. I like to make original characters, and this is the coolest way to do it. See, like this, you're gonna see like that. I feel like her elbow would actually be about here. So let's get rid of this line right here. This is confusing me. There we go. Zeno, hello. So for really real, y'all, write it down in the comment section what you'd like to see me draw today. And I will mash it up with whatever other people write to create something new and original. As I had stated before, I love drawing original stuff. This is cool. This is fun. I like making original stuff. Check my DA notes. Right! Oh my goodness. Nobody can post anything on YouTube. So, you can either send me a message on DeviantArt, Patreon, or on Facebook. I guess on Instagram as well, but like... I'll check my Instagram account if anybody, but just write it down in the comments that you posted a message in it, if that would be the case. Oh, my kitty's going crazy. Look at you. What are you doing here? Stop this. Oh. Sorry. She's like running around, smashing things up. Of course. I haven't seen her like all morning, and the second I start live streaming, she's like, "Don't forget about me!" She does live in this house too. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so we got this character. I have no idea who that is. Franz. Let's type her name in so I don't forget it. Franziska von Karma. Alright, I'm just going to type in Franziska. There we go. And then we either have Kaoruko Sasaki or Kyoka Jiro. Let's see who these caricatures are. Oh, this character's from Gundam? I have no idea who that is in Gundam, but I haven't been watching any of the newer Gundam series. Gundam Build Fighters. So it's between this Gundam girl. Alright, maybe I'll just grab a picture of it so y'all can see. Let's put it on here. So we've got this Gundam Chica. Whoop. Or, who was the other one? This girl from My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia. Oh. Let me just grab a good shot here that I can use as reference. Copy. Pasty. Boop. Hey y'all. Notable prosecutor from Ace Attorney. Yes, she uses that whip in court. The judge is too scared to tell her to stop using it. Therezen, just in time. Therezen! I'm drawing a... Give me a character, man. Hook me up with a character. Who would you like to see me draw today? Because it looks like I have 3, but I don't. I'm at 2 right now. I just have to choose out of these 2 to see which one's going to mix well with my ideas. So far, I think the top 2 work really well together. So I know the bottom one... The thing is that the bottom one is very similar in certain designs as... well, the Gundam girl is similar as Franziska. So I might actually not go with it because of that. In any case, Therezen, hook me up with a... Alright, I'm going to get rid of this Gundam one. I'm not going with that. Hook me up with a character, creature. You could even give me, like, a setting or something. You could be, like, I don't know, like, post-apocalyptic or extraterrestrial or squid or slime girl or, I don't know, whatever you want. And I'll add it into the mix. And while waiting, let me just get my files ready for this action. Alright. So I've got my little main pose that I worked out before today, just so that I could start working on it and put more detail in my stuff at the end of the day. I'd already mentioned this last week, but it really helped out just because I feel like when I'm like doing like really original things, especially like original mentally intensive stuff like creating poses, it's not easy. You know, like even before, like I like to be in silence. I turn them. Sometimes I'll turn music off. I meant silence like from all the noise around me. I'll have my television turned off. Usually my TV is on when I do my live streaming. And sometimes I might not even do it on the computer. Like I might just grab a sketch pad and draw a bunch of stick figures. And then out of those stick figures, I'm like, ooh, I like that. And then I'll just go with it. So let's see here. Let's lower this opacity down just a bit while I add extra details on this character. But Therezen, for real, man. Hook me up. Sorry, I keep saying man. I can't tell because I am just seeing little names pop up. So when I just say man because I'm like a 90s kid. So I'm like, yeah, man, sure, man, okay, man. Okay, setting / character context. Hook me up with any of them. But not all 3. That would be intense. Alright, so I like how this character's got a whip and the other one has like the ear pieces. I might create really unique ears out of this person. Maybe I can make it more Well, before There's you gotta write it down, man. Get in there. Man, see, there's my 90s talk again. And I can't say bro. That's also 90s, brother. So, you gotta write it down. Y'all. Y'all. That's perfect. I'll just start using y'all all the time. I'm trying. Okay, let's start off with the face then, while waiting here. Oh, by the way, dystopian future, rebel living in slums type. Okay. Let's bring her head up a little bit. Smaller chin. Smaller chin. Excuse me. I see of the models has a very proper look, but it could be worn out. See what I mean? Oh, yeah, definitely. But I gotta make it futuristic too. So I'm gonna make her a bit roboticized here. And she's got the whip, so I gotta really incorporate the fact that she has whips. Say something like this. There we go. And then this here. I can bring it back like that. Maybe bring it in like this. Alright, let's try doing something like that. I think that'll be cool. I love neck collars. Let's give her a gem. It's gonna make. I feel like she's gonna look like, now that I'm doing this gem here, like it made me think of Xenoblade. Well, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. All the blades in it that have the gems. add the dystopian damaging after the fact. It's not good to add it right away. I'll think of like, unless I really think of some sweet ideas right off the bat, but for right now I'm going to take my time getting there. Oh, I think I'll suggest a Xenoblade next time. Oh, I love Xenoblade so much. If it weren't for the ending, it would be my favorite game. But like the very ending was stupid. It's dumb that, oh my gosh. For any of you that haven't played the game Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I will be revealing spoilers throughout the next, let's say like, minute. So, here they come. So you might want to like pause it, or I don't know, skip forward like a minute. But after a minute, I swear I won't be talking about spoilers anymore. So 3, 2, 1, spoiler time. So near the end of the game, when they tell you to choose between Pyra or Mithra, when you know Numa exists, and they don't even, like, Numa's a fusion of both of them, so you should have had that choice. And it doesn't matter which one you choose, really, because it doesn't change the game that much. Like, you beat the game, and then all you get is Mithra or Pyra saying something that you don't know what they're saying. And even in today's, like, forums, they're like, what did she say? Who knows? I think it's really dumb. And I love that game, so I was really disappointed. Like, it really bugged me. And that was pretty much my my take on that game. And I love that game. I love the designs. I love the music. I love the characters. Like, oh. Anyway, that's it. No more Xenoblade spoilers. That's pretty much the big one, actually. So let's give her her neck piece like this. And she's got like little tear things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw them on here. And I'm going to put lines like this. And then more lines coming out so it connects her eyes the same way. There, I think this is going to look cool. So far, so good. But yeah, Xenoblade, other than that, it's an awesome game. I really loved it. Plus Cosmos was in it, and I'm kind of a sucker for Cosmos. Like, I grew up on Xenogears and Xenosaga, yet I've never played Xenoblade 1 or Xenoblade Chronicles because I didn't have a Wii or a Wii U. I like skipped those generations because I wasn't super fond of the type of console that it was. Yeah, I'll get into that later. Alright, so let's see here. I gotta try and fuse a lot of things that are here. I'm not a huge fan of the big shoulders. I'm trying to make things more skin tight-ish. Alright, hold on. Let me just turn the sound down a little bit on here. There we go. I'm gonna add little designs onto her here so it feels like the ripped clothing. I think that would be cool. So let's do the same thing here. Make it spike out, kind of like her. I don't know if her jacket spikes out, but I'm still gonna do it. This really feels like 80s-ish. I guess with those kind of arms it would. Then we've got the arm like coming in regularly, arm coming in regularly. I have her breast going over her arm here a little, and that. Then afterwards, she's definitely gonna be wearing gloves. She's got these giant things here. So what I'm going to do is something like that. I'm not liking this. Let's erase this and try again. I'll lower this down just a little more here. I'll do it on both sides. I think that'll look nice. Bring that up a little more. There you go. So currently, I am working on my comic book, as I always am. My comic book is named Blythe, for those of you that don't know. I spent a lot of time working on it. It takes me about a year to do one issue because I make everything in color and look all pretty. And yeah, so I've been working on that like really hardcore, and I have 6 pages left to my comic book. Kind of the same as last week, but in all fairness, I spent like 40 hours drawing backgrounds, so that way it would be easier to draw the backgrounds down the line. So it's kind of like pre-drawing backgrounds so that I can warp them and move them around and then draw on top of them. This is just a really amazing trick I learned from the great artists at Udon. But I never did it because when I was younger, I was like, oh no, you have to draw everything. Come on, man. How are you going to get better? And so I did that, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I draw this whole comic on my own. I do not have time for this. Which is kind of a shame. Like, I would have loved to draw all the backgrounds each time I'm drawing them. But at the same time, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, what really matters is that as long as it looks good, it is good. That's one harsh rule of thumb. Oh my god, my cat is just yelling at me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone, for having to hear that. Maybe I can grab her and show her to you. Come here, Miri. You're so cute. I get to show you off every now and then. You're such a good kitty. Whoa, man. She's not liking this. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. It's okay. It's okay. You know you're not allowed on that, but because I picked you up, I'm going to say it's okay. Give me a kiss. Alright, fine. Don't. Her name is Miri. Off of a cat that has the same fur color as her from Magic the Gathering. Sorry, I now have cat fur all over me. And I'm so allergic to cats. I know. Why do I have one? You saw how cute that was. I can't say no to this. Allergies be damned. Alright, so let's just look at what her gloves look like. The other girl's just got black leather gloves. So what I'm going to do, I like the finger missing, but I might just add the finger missing on 2 of them. I think that's cool. Of course, she is going to be robot-y a little. Alright, let's see. We're going to say one joint goes here. One joint goes here. And then after that, it's going to go in a bit. I know it's weird, but your fingers do that sometimes. Well, mine do if I'm propping myself up. See, we've got 1, 2, and then 3 here. We're going to give her robot-y fingers. So, something like this. Let's do the same thing here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. There we go. I feel like I should have done this before having added those lines for cut off fingers, because it's very confusing to look at. Let's just erase this for a second. I'll add it afterwards. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Meanwhile, Lego's collaborating with Nintendo for something Mario related. That's very surprising. Lego actually Lego doesn't normally do Nintendo stuff because Nintendo has an agreement with Mega Bloks. So I mean, all the Pokemons you see, like Mega Construct and stuff like that, that's all Mega Bloks. And the quality of Mega Bloks is pretty terrible. So I don't know. It's surprising to see that Nintendo's finally doing something with Lego. It took them long enough. Because let's get real. I'm Canadian, and Mega Bloks come from here, and it's a shameful thing. I love Legos so much. So much. I've had it my whole life. I build things like some people would really be like, "What? How the hell did you build that?" And I don't know, like I mean, I got Mega Bloks once in my life, and it made me so angry because it just did not work. Like, the pieces broke when I tried sticking them together. Like, there's so many issues with Mega Bloks. Miri, I already picked you up and gave you tons of attention. You gotta give me at least, like, give me an hour. Alright? I'll come then I'll come play with you for a bit. Oh no, don't eat that, that's my headphone. Why are you being such a grumpy Gus? Sorry, everyone. She's not usually this. Well, sometimes she is, but it's like I haven't had her with this kind of attitude in a while. Usually she's cool while I'm doing my streaming, but now she just wants love and attention so goddamn much. No one knows what it is. Maybe a set series, or unlikely a Lego, or unlikely a game. Oh, man, unlikely a game. Lego makes so many games. I mean, it would work if they made a game together. Bit ironic since Nintendo during the toy era ripped off Lego and got away with it. Didn't work out due to poor sales. The toy era. When did they rip them? Like, for what? What did they rip them off with? I know that Hasbro had ripped them off by coming out with Creo. I think my wife's really gonna like the pose of this drawing. My wife, she's so cute. Cute. Yes, that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm about to say. Sometimes, my brain. But yeah, she does a lot of painting, and she paints amazing stuff. And a lot of the times it'll be like dark, morbid, weird kind of poses. And like a pose like this isn't super weird, but I could see her doing something like this and then just pushing it a little further with the abstract and awkward posiness. It would be her type of thing to do. Alright, let me just erase this here so it all feels like it's... Nintendo had their own bootleg Lego set. Pieces were different enough to get the cases dropped. Really? For what franchise? That's so weird. I never knew that. Like, I only knew that they did work with Creo. Or not Creo, I meant to say Mega Bloks. Alright, so let's add like these arm pieces that I added here. But this time we're going to see this one from the back. So let's go in like this, like that. When was that? Yeah, like even I don't know. Like I've been collecting Lego for a long time. Like I usually keep my eye open on stuff like this. I might have seen them a long time ago and just not realized, or seen it and been like, ooh, this is terrible quality, so then I immediately like backed out. So I'll say it's like the back end of that piece. The sets were called N and B Block in 1968. Whoa. So that's before Nintendo was actually like building consoles. Brand died in 1970. That's hilarious. I thought so. Okay. Let's get this down. Now, she's got a pencil skirt. So I should probably draw her. Maybe with the skirt on? I could do something like this. There we go. Let's do something like that. Oh my gosh, Miri, what's going on over here? Why are you freaking out at me? Driving point was, we have curved bricks. Oh my gosh, that sounds so weird. Alright, put little diamonds, little designs everywhere. I feel like maybe I'm gonna put some here too. Make it look kind of like eyes, actually. Let's add like a little design to this. Oh my god, now she's just over there chewing things. She's usually such a good kitty. She knows how to get under my skin sometime. Alright. So, now to do that leg. Let's see here. One's got boots, and the other one's got like high heely boots. Alright, well, let's kind of do a repeat of what's on her arm, like the gauntlet piece, I think. So, something like this. I can make that come out like this. And that like this. And then we'll bring this in like that. A Lego Mario game would really work well. Lego Sonic in a game with similar mechanics did work out well in Lego Dimensions. Yeah. Lego Sonic. Alright, so she's got like these giant squares on the front, so let me just put one here and put another one here. And what we'll do is we're gonna put that like that. Put another one here like this. There we go. And then after that, what I'm gonna do is make a piece like this, come in and in. Let's bring that in a little. And then I'm going to make this not connected. So that way we can have some joints over here. And then for the actual foot piece, what we're going to do is let's bring her foot in, almost like ballerina-ish, I guess. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this on both sides. I think that would be cool. It'd be a cool, like, triple foot piece that keeps her up. Let's add a couple of robot-y zones on here. We're going to get a bit of a panty shot in there. Knee comes up. Bring that in. Actually, I'm going to bring all of this in like this. So this way it feels like it goes, like she's got like a foot that's going in a boot, even though it's still part of her. Alright, then we can bring this leg in like this. And this is going to be the kneecap piece, but we don't really see it because it's actually going to be here. Well, I mean, we don't see the kneecap because we're going to see her joints on this side. That's kind of how I drew it on the top part. So we got that like that. Then we're going to have her knee pieces that are coming out. This isn't working. Hold on. There we go. Let's do something like this. Because this is going around. So I could do something like that. Bring that in a little more, I think. Got to see less of it on that side and more of it on the other side because of the angle she's on. There we go. So I think my base sketch is pretty much done. So I can get rid of this so I can see a little better. Let's see what time it is. Okay, we're good for time. Put a little gem here. A line. Then we're going to do another line there. Ah, robot stuff. Never easy, huh? Alright, we got our whips that are here. There we go. And we'll have this rope just lying on the ground. Now, end of a whip. I'm not going to make this like her earbuds because it's already looking too much like that character. My roboticizing her really doesn't make this post-apocalyptic either, so I kind of messed up on this whole design. Like I was just going with the flow. There we go. I'm going to add these little lines throughout the whole thing because I'm a glutton for punishment. I jest. Well, not really. But I do love drawing things like this. side. Also, happy March 10th. Uh-oh. What's the deal with March 10th? Is there something I don't know about March 10th? I thought National Women's Liberation Day was... Oh, Women's Liberation Day. You know what I mean. I thought that day was yesterday. Where women were finally accepted as human beings. The planet we live on... Ah, you can't blame it on the planet. The people that live on this planet are ridiculous. It spells Mario. Oh, gee. That's why. That's why it's considered Mario Day. Just like May the 4th, huh? It's all about jokes. Jokes are what make the days. Well, dang it. That's fun, actually. I'm down with this. Okay, let's see here. I'm excited for May 4th this year. It's been a couple years that I've wanted Black Series to, like when they started doing their helmets, like for Star Wars, where they had like the super nice Vader one, they made a bunch of Rebel Pilot ones. I mean, since the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, please just make a Boba Fett one. Like, ever since they came out with that prop replica Boba Fett helmet years ago, that's now like $1,000-something, I was just like, okay, that's ridiculous. And back in the day, I used to actually have a really nice Boba Fett helmet. Like, it was made by somebody on the Dented Helmet. Dented Helmet is like a website where people make Boba Fett stuff. And boy, oh boy, was it epic. It was exactly movie accurate. Like, I'd made the rest of the costume myself. It's just the helmet that I wanted to hand the reins down to somebody that was a professional, and they did a really great job. They took too long making it, so I didn't end up having it for the party that I wanted to use it for, and I never used it after that, which is kind of a shame. Like, it was supposed to take them a few months, and I paid them extra to do it, and it never happened. But the job they did give me afterwards was incredible. In any case, like, after a while, I realized that when I go to conventions, I don't really wear cosplays. I can't dress up as anything because I'm drawing all the time and I'm behind a table. So that's when I was like, okay, I have to, like, I can't keep my cosplay suit. So I ended up selling it, and it always hurt that I sold it. Like, I was always really sad about that. And I didn't want to sell the helmet. Like, when I sold the rest of the costume, it was like a movie accurate one, right? So I sold it for a pretty penny, which I used to pay off a lot of my debt. And this is like many years. This is maybe like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago. So I did this, and I was always kind of like super sad that I had to get rid of the helmet because nobody was going to buy the rest of the costume without the helmet. And the helmet was so perfect. Well, the whole costume was perfect. But I ended up finally selling the helmet and the whole costume, and it always made me sad. And then when they announced that Black Series helmet, where even the interior is like all realistic and stuff, I was, oh my gosh, I've been waiting years for them to do something like this again. So I'm definitely going to be getting this helmet. It's coming out May 4th. Also, what's fun about May 4th is that a few days before that's going to be Free Comic Book Day. And at Free Comic Book Day, I usually am out and about. I'm usually like at a convention, and not a convention, but like a comic shop, and I'm taking like on-spot commissions, like sketched ones, like traditional drawings. And that is so much fun. Every year I do it. It's awesome. I've done it at a bunch of different comic shops over the years, and I've always had a great time doing it. And I'm really excited for this year, like always. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be really cool. I always love that. I always love Free Comic Book Day. And I usually offer out like free drawings to tons of people, you know, so like everybody that buys anything of mine, like you buy a print, you get a free sketch, and they're like really quick sketches, okay? Like I'm not going to spend more than like a minute or two. I ask you what you want me to draw you, and then I draw it. And so it's pretty fun. Okay, maybe I can add like that same diamond design on her hand. Let's bring it down. My brush is too big. With a little eyeball in it. I hope at least Donkey Kong is a secret character. If there's a Lego Mario game, I can imagine the Smash 64 roster as secret characters. Oh yeah, maybe. Well, Therizan, I'm really sorry, man. You like mentioned one thing that you wanted in this drawing, and it's really not turning out to have it. I'm sorry. Next week, man. Next week, ask me, and I guess it's easier to fuse characters than concepts. Like, I usually am alright with fusing concepts, actually. It's just that, I don't know. I started working on this, and the more I do it, it just kind of... At one point, when you're, like, just creating things during these live streaming events, they all kind of have a life of their own. Okay, I can't have that be like that. Let's, do this. There we are. It became a high-tech suit instead. Yeah, it really did. It just, I felt like it works really well with the characters that were chosen. But I never would have done something futuristic had you not mentioned the word future in your post-apocalyptic. Or I don't even know if you said future. Dang it! I'm sorry. Let's bring this up a little more. There we go. I'm going to save because I haven't done that in a really long time. What time is it? Oh, I got 10 minutes. Alright. I think this one's turning out looking pretty cool. It's an awesome character. This would be a cool character design in general. Oh man, this brush is too big again. That's one thing. Like I have like a... Back when I first started doing these live streaming sketches, I hadn't really gotten my groove for the kind of brush I should use. Sorry, I said worry because Therizan said, yeah, don't worry about it. Oh my gosh. Miri, stop it. She's like, keeps poking at me. Oh, man, I love you so much, you little cutie. I do. And I can't talk to you like that because you're just going to show up and be like, yeah, this means you want to give me attention. And it's true. Oh my gosh. You're meowing so much. I can't help but think that maybe you don't have any food or something. No, I fed you tons of food. You should be fine. I think she just really wants attention. She's like that sometimes. She's a very needy, chubby kitty. She's not really that chubby, but I like calling her chubby because she's very poofy. Like she's super small, but very round. Look at me going on and on about my cat. Oh yeah, crazy old cat person. Well, I'm getting old. Hit 35 the other day. Well, I don't know when people might be watching this video, but if ever they watch in the future. But my birthday is January 9th, and it's currently March so-and-so in 2020. So, basically, yep, 35. But I lived a lot of crazy, wild experiences in my life. So many crazy, wild experiences. Oh my gosh. For some of you that know me, you know the crazy stuff that I had lived through in my life. You know, some people go through their entire lives and nothing crazy ever happens to them. You know, like, it's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, the craziest thing will be like, they'll maybe get in a fight or picked on at school. And you know what? Getting picked on at school sucks. Like, don't get me wrong. I've had that a lot when I was younger. It's kind of weird. Like, when I was really young, I used to pick on people because I'm quick-witted. So the people that were mean used to think I was funny because I could make fun of people really easily. So I'd make fun of people that are easy to make fun of. Then at one point when I got older, I realized that I didn't like that. I thought it was really mean. Like, in my head, I thought we were all just having fun. Because, you know, I'd make fun of myself as much as I'd make fun of other people. I'm really intense about making fun about myself as much as other people. That's like, for me, it's important. Because that way, in my head, I'm like, well, it's not personal. I make fun of myself all the time. But it wasn't enough. So then I started making fun of the people that you shouldn't make fun of. And I got all sorts of problems, and I didn't make nearly as much friends after that. But I didn't make fun of the people that were nicer, let's put it that way. I just made fun of mean people. But of course, you know, that's gonna get rid of that's gonna make your high school a little harder. High school is really hard for a lot of people. Hey Miri, what's going on? You still want attention? Of course you do, you little cutie. So anyway, I used to make fun of people that you didn't want to make fun of when I was younger. And then, so yeah, I guess, you know, you get beat up, you get in fights, all sorts of things. And then as I got older, I kind of like defended people a lot because I had been defended a lot when I was younger by some people when it would come to things like that, like fights and stuff like that. And then when I got older, I started doing that to other people, like for other people. Very important. Alright, let's fill that in like this. Adding like tons of lines everywhere. These are like little robot lines, I like to call them. It's like random lines that signify this is a robot. And I know a lot of you will be like, well, I mean, we already know it's a robot, Eric, but seriously? Like adding, like, let's say like her leg right here. I just leave it like that. Yeah, that's fine. But what if I added a line that comes in like this, and then goes in, and goes in like that? Now all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, that's so robot-y! And then reproduce that. Let's see, it goes in and out. There we go. Glowing lines are usually called Tron lines. Yeah, I could definitely see her having that. I think these kind like just random lines that aren't glowing ones. Like I'd like to say it was Gundam that used to do it back in the day. Oh, what are you doing there, Miri? Like she's up. My cat is like really looking for trouble right now. It's ridiculous. She never does this, I swear. Like it's been like I think a year or maybe longer since she was like up here like climbing on everything and just meowing over and over again. I can't help but think that she's, like I said, like hungry or thirsty. Like I'm really gonna have to check her stuff and like I'm almost done my live stream, so I'm gonna finish this up and then in like 10 minutes, let's say like between 10 to 20 minutes, I'm gonna have to go check her things, and I'll probably play with her for a little bit because she's really losing it. She loves attention so much, this cat. So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, living through crazy stuff. Okay, so aside from like, being younger and living the stuff that a lot of people live through when they're younger, when I ended up getting older, like at one point I was caught in like a huge storm, and I was out in the ocean, and I was with one of my cousins, and we were like in a rowboat. That was that was like a near death experience for me when I was about 10 years old. I lost my two front teeth when I was 10 years old as well. Ugh, man, so many things happened to me when I was 10. Lost my two front teeth in a go-kart accident. There was no helmets at where we had gone. So dumb. So dumb. Like now, obviously, there's helmets everywhere you go and lawsuits. Oh, the lawsuits. There are so many. I don't think we're going to see that part, so let's bring that in like that. So basically, there's helmets everywhere, and actually, I don't like that either. There we go, that's better. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that happened in my life, but you know what? I think we'll talk about the other stuff another time. I don't want to start bringing people down. But I would never change what had happened in my life. Like, a lot of stuff happened, and it was really messed up, but it made me who I am. And I'm pretty disciplined. I work pretty hard. And I'm very self-righteous. I mean, that part's a little tough to deal with for some people. Like, being self-righteous in general is hardcore. But I would never hold myself up to, or hold other people up to some of my own standards for things, but I will for other things. Just being a basic decent human being, I really hold people up to that. Like, if people don't do that sort of thing, I usually call them on it. So because of that, I don't always get along with a lot of people. Because I'm very strongly opinionated, as some of you must know. Anyway, Mecha Zygarde. Check DA notes if you want. Mecha Zygarde? Wait a minute. Why are you showing me this Mecha Zygarde? What's going on here? Is this a character that looks like what I'm doing right now? Oh, Zygarde sounds like a Pokemon. And it is a Pokemon. It's funny how this mecha design that you're currently showing me is, like, I know it's all Gundam-y and stuff, just for fun. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's funny how it really looks like regular Zygarde. Like, that Zygarde already looks so much like a mech. Zygarde was an interesting Pokemon. We're gonna say this comes up, goes behind her here. Maybe we could bring it out like that, whatever. Then it comes over here like this. And then we've got this piece here. Let's end it here. I like that. I like the idea that it's gonna end like that. Alright, so I guess I can erase this. So what should I put at the end of her earpieces? I really don't want to put I don't want to put like 3.5mm jacks. I'm not going to put a USB plug. Like, I wanted to put what you see at the end of a whip. Like, I'm adding like the line so it feels kind of like a whip. But at the end of the day, I'm not really feeling it. Wow, this is pretty. Well done, gang. This is a great fusion. It turned out looking pretty cool. Looks very haute couture, fashionable. And it's been like an hour exactly. Dang, doing those pre-sketches really helps. It allowed me to draw like a nice illustration and not have to worry too much. But yeah, seriously, what should I add to this, like to these whips at the end? I'd like to put something. Do any of you have any ideas? I mean, I could always put a blade or something, but hold on. I feel like if I check out what's at the end of a whip, I'm not necessarily going to get what I'm looking for. Whip it real good. Would a whip be considered a tool or a weapon? Whip. Most of these whips have like crazy things at the end. Let's just type in regular whip and see what I get. Oh, most of them have flails at the end. You know what? That makes sense. I don't really want to put a flail. Okay, I'm going to add... Alright, I think I know what I'm going to add then. Let's erase this. Erase this. And... there we go. And a lot of them seem to have little spiky pieces, so let's add spikiness to it. And put this little diamond motif that I seem to have put everywhere with this little eyeball in the middle. There we go. You can go Belmont style with spiked mace, so spiky orbs. It's better tool than weapon in the games I play. Yeah, yeah. I remember in, I don't know if any of you have played Secret of Mana for the Super Nintendo, but the whip was such a hard tool to use. Because when you'd whip with it, you only hit the enemy with the part of the whip that dealt damage, which is the tip. So it's like a mid-range weapon, but if you hit the enemy mid-range with it, then you didn't hit them at all, and they'd be like right in front of you and they'd hit you. Or if they were slightly too far, you wouldn't be able to hit them either. Yeah, Secret of Mana whip. I loved using it just because it was a challenge, and I played that game so much that I was like, yeah, the whip, let's get good with this. But I mean, the spear was so much better. I mean, it had ever so slightly little less range than the whip, like very slightly, but it's just, you could hit everything with it, like the entire distance. You didn't have to worry about the enemy being right and up close, you know, and so it was just, yeah. Rather than that, maybe I'll make this a big circle. Like Zeno said, spike orbs are kind of cool, so maybe I'll just add something like this. And I'll just add a couple of diamonds around it. There we go. Something like that. That looks fun. That's nice. Secret of Mana. Yes, the whip was useful to kill stuff over some holes or through walls. Yeah, it was so good through walls. It's very, very specific cases. Yeah. And I always wanted to use it because it was so hard to use, and I was like, yeah, if I get good at this, that'll make me a master. Okay, let's see here. This is cute. Now, how about I feel like I should add like a line or a wall or something to this. Like if I were to put a line like this so that we have that like vibe where we're like, ah, yes. Like she's more on an angle if I draw the line on an angle. What if I put this down here like this? And is there like a drawing or maybe like a design or something I could have her lying on that would be cool? I don't know. No. Let's just make sure I'm on a different layer for this so it doesn't mess me up. I'm well aware that I could have done that line just with the line tool. I chose not to because I was contemplating if I wasn't going to make like a design or if I wasn't going to put some shading on the floor, but I don't want to put shading on the floor. I don't think that would look nice. Because there's no shading anywhere else. This I can erase, but like gradually. Alright, so that's fun. Still feel like I'm missing something. You know what? I'm going to add a couple extra lines here. I feel like this is what's bugging me right here. This kind of like disappears. There we go. Just want to stand out just a little. But now what bugs me is that it's on the exact same level as the line. I think that's what is driving me bonkers here. Let's get rid of this. Come down here, and I'm actually going to make it come out a little more, like that. There we go. Alright, I don't like this. This is too sketchy. This whole drawing is fairly sketchy. Like the line art's not nearly as clean. But it's kind of good to do that when you're drawing robots. Like, well, sketch in any case. Otherwise, if I wanted this to be like nice clean line work, I'd be here all day. Sorry, my cat's doing stuff again, so it's making tons of noise. I'm just hoping she's not breaking anything or hurting herself, because she does stuff like this. The first week that I got my cat, so my cat's a rescue kitty, and the first week that I got her, she was like, alright, she was already like, she had a chipped tooth, okay? And when we got her, she jumped up on, like, we have this little window. I keep saying we, because I'm my wife, I live with her. I live with my wife, y'all. So, I've got this teeny little window. There's like a bathtub and then a little window, and it's really small with like a really small thing, like edge where you could put things, I guess, on the window. Like it's like maybe this wide. So my cat jumps up there, falls down, breaks her tooth, like her other tooth. So now she has 2 broken teeth. I was so frustrated about this. Alright, let's put my signature. Let's put it like here. I'd like to add like a little bit of color to this. There's a lot of detail. Maybe I won't put color. I feel like if I put any amount of color into this, then I'll have to start adding color to all of it, and I don't want to do that. Let's just bring these in here. Should I add like a line here? I don't. It does feel kind of robot-y, but it feels too sexualized. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as is. add a line like that. A couple of lines like that on like the jewel parts. Considering that I'm not actually going to draw them glowing and stuff, adding things like this would be nice. Ooh, let's erase that a little. So we'll erase her eyebrow and her eye. This way we have that vibe that it's her hair. So my whole story about my cat losing her tooth the first week I got her is just to emphasize how derpy she can be. Like, she's really, really not, she has like zero finesse. She's always bailing all the time. Like, it freaks me out. Like, I'm always scared she's like really gonna hurt herself. Because she does it constantly. She'll like find things where she's like, I'm going up here now. Oops, I've fallen. Oh, now I'm walking with a limp for a day. Maybe you'll have to take me to the vet. Like, always. It's not just once in a while. She's so ridiculous. Sorry, this whole session I've been just going on and on about my cat, but in all fairness, she has been up in my grill this whole session. Like, I couldn't draw for more than like 10 minutes without her showing up, meowing, and then like causing problems. Like, busting something, looking at me, and then knocking something. No, she never knocks stuff over like that. She's actually a pretty good cat for things like that. But she'll look at something and then eat it. What'd you just eat? Who knows? Maybe it's a Lego piece, and now we've got to go to the vet because you swallowed a damn Lego piece. She's so great. Alright, I think that we're pretty much done here. Now I feel like I'm just kind of like cleaning little things up here and there. And I have so much drawing left to do in my comic. 9 years and a couple months to be precise, but for the issue I'm currently working on, I don't have nearly as much, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm almost done this year's issue, so I can't wait to hit up the conventions. Oh, I have sad news. I'm not going to Anime North. I just got like an email from Anime North. They put me in the lottery. I was really hoping I would get a sweet table, and I didn't get one. So I'm not going to that. However, there's something called the Montreal Comic Festival. Not Montreal Comic Con, but the Comic Festival. And I am going to that. And that's going to be the last weekend of May. Well, I think I am. Like, I was told to pay for my table and everything. I did. But I didn't pay for it right away because I didn't have any money. I had to wait for my paycheck. But by the time my paycheck came in, like, I was supposed to have like a week to pay it. I paid it, and then I got a message back from the main company saying like, why'd you pay us? You don't have a table. And I'm like, what the heck? So I sent them an email and I can inquire. It's Tuesday today, so in theory they should have answered me back yesterday, but who knows? Maybe they'll get back to me today and be like, hey, sorry, you do have a table. I hope so. But I self-publish my own stuff, so that might be a thing. Maybe they want like an actual licensed publisher. I mean, I feel like self-publication should be okay, especially like most people that see mine are like, oh my gosh, this is so professional. Because it's all in color, and also because I printed it with the same kind of paper quality that you would get from like Marvel or DC. I really wanted my comic to be like top shelf quality, just so that, you know, like, I don't know, I wanted it to be legit. Alright, so it looks like we're done for today. Let me just save. I know, Miri, I'll be finished in a second. She keeps like tapping me, and she uses her nails, but not so much that it makes me angry, but it's like just enough so that I'm like, oh my gosh, this kitty. Oh my. Now she's just rolling around on the ground like, dang. Again, sorry, this is a real kitty episode. I just went on and on about my cat. I'm sorry about that, y'all. It's just she's really adorable and she really wants attention and she's being like extra cute so that she can get it. Okay, so let's change up this beat and do my outro. Maybe I'll zoom out just a little bit so we can see the whole illustration on what you're looking at. I don't know how high I could go here. I feel like I could zoom in a little bit. Let's try something like this maybe. I think that should be good. Oh, it still cuts out the foot. That's wild. I'm not sure, like, because I made like my borders, right, where it says live streaming, Patreon, Eric Taran Mullins at the top. That's got all my information. Then I have a cute little picture of Adonica in the corner. And wait, am I cornering the right corner? Yeah, I am. I love that little picture of her. No, I was cornering the wrong corner. It's this one, left hand. Sorry. Anyway, I love that little picture of Adonica. She's a teacher from my comic book. I'm currently drawing her in my comic because she shows up in this one. In any case, it covers a lot, and I'm not sure what it covers. So when I'm drawing, sometimes I'm like, yee, how much can they see? How much can't they see? Anyway, this looks good. This is a pretty nice finished illustration. Let's do my outro and call it a day. Thus ends my live streaming session for today. Yet the real challenge begins. All of you listening to my minute or two long speech on me, myself, and I. So, thank you so much for joining me today. We got to draw a super fun illustration. It was a fun mashup between Kyoka and Franziska. And I made her look all futuristic, I guess. Oh, I gotta write futuristic in the title here. I'm gonna forget that I did that. Futuristic. Let's straight up put futuristic. Okay, I guess roboticized at this point. In any case, it was a super fun live stream today. If you would like to help support more of these live streams, or you want high quality file versions of these pretties, please follow me on my Patreon. It's $3 a month. It's less than a bag of chips, you know, like, I know a bag of chips are delicious, but if you could just like hold off on it just for like one day you're like, I'm gonna buy that bag of chips instead, maybe you could send the $3 on my way on my Patreon account. It goes such a long way to helping support this channel and also support my own comic book that I write, publish, and illustrate. It's called Blythe. It looks like this for those of you that haven't seen it yet. So basically, this is 120 pages. It's fully colored, and it's all about the first day of school for a bunch of extraterrestrials. And I put my heart and my soul and my everything into this. I can't put my whole heart and my whole soul into it because, you know, that belongs to my wife, but I can put some of it, you know, like a little bit of it. Enough to still make her a little jealous, though. In any case, so yeah, for those of you supporting me on Patreon, it goes a long way to helping me make more of this and doing these live streams. I mean, I do them for free. Like, that's epic, right? I mean, like, some people do them and they charge for them or whatever, and I do them for free, and I take requests for free. I do it all for free, and this is my 94th one that I've done for free. So, if you don't mind throwing me a $3 3-point from the corner shot towards my Patreon, I would really appreciate it. I love it, and it helps, like I said, promote more of that sort of stuff. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The more people I have liking and subscribing on here, the more people find out about my Patreon, and like it all works together. So, thank you so much. Oh, one other thing, I don't want to forget this. For those of you already supporting me on Patreon, you're the greatest. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate all of you. And also, if any of you want to do some or if any of you have done some sketches, some cosplay, or just some like if you built things and stuff like that, if it's associated to my comic book Blythe, right here, then I will, if you link it on any of your social medias, I will immediately link it on all of mine, and I'll promote it to the best of my capabilities, and I'll really, thank you so much and everything for all your support and everything like that, but this time I'd just be promoting it, because thank you so much. Well, I have to go now. I have hours and hours of my comic book to work on. But don't forget that you deserve to have an awesome, awesome rest of your day. And take care, and I guess next Tuesday. So, Am I doing it next Tuesday? There's one day of the month I'm skipping out on this month because there's 5 Tuesdays this month. So I wanted one break where I'm gonna just spend it, drawing like crazy on my comic because I'm coming to the end of my comic as well. So, yeah. So basically, I think next Tuesday I'm off, but the Tuesday afterwards I'm on. Then again, maybe I'll just draw next Tuesday. So I guess keep yourself posted on my Facebook account too. I always post everything on there, so you can follow me on that. Instagram, all of that. Be seeing you. Take care, and see you next time. Bye.